โอเคนะครับ Alright, okay ครับวันนี้นะครับ so today I'm going to talk a little bit more detail about speaking skill, which is we will go for the section 2, or it's all about cue card. So you have to understand the topic first in order to equip with the speaking skill to be better, right? So I want to raise some topic which is really common thing from maybe the previous task taker that been test for test taker so far, right? The first one is that you have to talk about your hobby in your leisure time or your free time, right? So basically, the hobbies can be speak can be spoken in various way, but it's actually you have to understand the way or the natural way that you can come up with the best response as soon as possible, right? So I just want to share some topic about hobbies which I have seen from lots of my students that share something about that. So it's all about maybe we can come up with the detail about that, and also the way that we have to explain something to be more clear and fluent way. All right, so hobby, right? I will divide to 7 category from the hobbies. The first one is that reading. Okay, so you have to talk about the reading, or if you like reading about newspaper, reading about magazine, or reading article, or whatsoever about the reading, you need to raise some example about the reading. For example, for me, if I love reading such a magazine, once you pick up the topic about magazine, right? So you have to explain the reason why do you love this magazine so much, why you love this type of story, or why you love a lot of thing about the reading, and you have to state some benefit of reading. So is that useful or not, or is it going to be it's going to be okay or not when you read in your free time. So it might be come up with the way that you have to understand about reading way, but I would suggest that you have to find out some information about how to gain a knowledge from the reading. It would be more practical and solid for your responses. Okay, all right. And the second topic about hobby would be like if you are really a conservative person, or if you are really love environment, something like that, so you might say something about planting, right? Planting is kind of like a very interesting topic because you need to explain the reason why do we have to plant in our leisure time or in free time, right? And sometimes planting might be more interesting, and it has been brought to the maybe new topic, and the test taker can measure your ability in speaking skill as well. For example, like if you say something about planting, you have to say the problem why do we have to plant, because of maybe global warming. You have to raise and link the relevant information about that. So it's much more interesting if you talk about planting in your hobby. Okay, it would be, I think, I guess this is good response for you. All right, and third topic about hobby must be related to. So normally people do watching a movie or watching such a TV, or let's say like internet or soap opera or some program much more interesting about that. So you might say why do we have to watch such a movie? So basically, I think that there are lots of tremendous benefit from watching movie, because what happened to those who usually watch a movie, right? So they can gain a lot of knowledge from the movie, and they might be more fluent in terms of speaking because they listen a lot from this kind of soap opera or some kind of movie can enhance your English proficiency to be better. Okay, and next topic about hobby would be if you really love about sport, or you like to play a sport or sport game, or go to gym or whatsoever. So let's say the types of sport is can be categorized in various way. So but first you have to think about the benefit of a sport. So let's say if you categorize for maybe the first outdoor activity and indoor activity. So we need to clarify something in order to come up with your own interest in that hobby. Because actually, if you talk about sport a lot, sometimes it might not relevant to the hobby much because it's go for the sport or favorite sport instead of like you have to explain something relevant to the hobby, right? So here it would be okay for you if you talk something about like because you use the sport in order to release some stressful or in order to make yourself to be more ease or comfortable, something like that, right? Okay, so the next is that sometimes we cannot deny that everyone have to playing game on maybe mobile phone or on the PC or on the notebook whatsoever, right? So here is a very interesting topic because in order to come up with like a such a play game on the internet or in the mobile phone. Some people argue that it might be ineffective way, but if you talk something about playing game in your hobby, you have to let's say like you have to state a lot of benefiting from the playing game. For example, like you can gain a lot of vocabulary, especially in English vocabulary, because actually the instruction or the let's say like the instruction from the game, right? So it must be in English, so you can enhance your vocabulary in here, so it might be more possible for you if you respond about the playing game in this topic of hobby. All right, next it would be like surf on the internet or surfing on the internet. So some people usually go on a social media. For example, like we are likely to be found with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatsoever, right? So here is very interesting too that you can use it in order to make yourself or make your free time to be more valuable. So I would say like surfing into internet is might be the effective thing because we can talk a little bit more detail about the benefit and also the way that we have to like come up with the story about in the internet because there are variety of detail in the information when we thrive on the internet. For example, if you really love about politics, if you're interested about economic or like whatsoever news on the internet might be very popular in that time, so we can raise some topic which is relevant and more interesting. Okay, and the last one would be like it's really interesting because I guess that if you go for you love to do such a painting, right? Because actually art is can be mixed with this the skill, and it's depend on the personal or individual interested as well. For example, like if you talk about painting, right? So basically, it's just only for those who really interested in painting, they can use painting as the activity in their leisure time or in their hobby. So it would be benefit for this student who can respond something like this. So this kind of idea that we can respond such a hobby because actually you have to remind that in order to achieve the task two from the speaking skill, you have to let's say like a continuous speaking within 2 minutes. So it's quite far if you're not really fluent at that much, and if our idea is not interesting much, it might lose or like get rid of your score, right? So I think that it would be possible for all of us to practice together, and here is kind of like an interesting topic that you can apply or it would be useful for you, more or less. Yeah, so this today I just like raise some topic which is useful for all of us to watch this kind of video. And yeah, I just finished for the class for today and see you next time. Bye bye.